Hi, I'm Emily Church, and I'm running for the 46th District Senate seat in North Carolina. The area that I will cover as a representative is Burke and Cleveland County. So if you are a resident or have family in those areas, please let them know about these videos. This is a chance to get to know me and where I stand on the issues. Since my name's Emily, and I'm an English teacher by trade, I felt like I needed a little, poetic license in my campaign, I guess. So I decided to focus my campaign on 4 issues that all begin with E's. Those issues are education, the economy, the environment, and equality or equity. In this short video, I'd like to talk a little bit about my views on education. Well, I'm an educator. I have been since 1984. I have had 2 careers in education, the first one being a special education teacher in the Burke County Public Schools at the high school level. And then I worked with some residents at Broughton Hospital and at J. Iverson Riddle Developmental Center, working and teaching them community living skills. At that point, I was working for the state as a teacher. And then I stayed at home 14 years with my daughters, and I taught them and tried to bring them up, but they've been products of public school. Then I went back into the classroom as an elementary teacher because I have a certification in elementary aid K through 6. I spent a year at Rutherford College Elementary and then was asked to consider coming to East Burke High School as a reading teacher because I also have a K-12 certification in reading. While there in teaching reading, I picked up an English 9 through 12 certification. And so education has pretty much been my life. But I'm not a one-issue candidate. To me, most of the issues we have in North Carolina right now can come off of a wheel of education. If you look at education as the hub, and you think about these other issues like health care and the environment and job equity, tax equity, sex equity, gender equality, all these things, if you look at them, they all have an education component. They're all related in that way. And through good public education, we can have a group of citizens in North Carolina who are able to meet the demands of the next century. And that's what we want. The only way that we're going to see equality, true equality, is to have a strong public school system. And the particular group right now who are in the legislature, I think, have an agenda that's not pro-public education. It's quite obvious. They've thrown in things about charter schools. Now, charter schools are public schools. But you have to realize that charter schools don't always meet the same criteria that public schools do. They can somewhat pick and choose the students that they serve. In the public schools, we take everyone. We take kids from every situation imaginable. The current legislature, who are in control in Raleigh right now, have come to the table with kind of an agenda that is anti-public education in all actuality. They have put in place a system where private schools can get public money. So your public tax money is being given to private schools to pay for students to go there. They're calling them opportunity scholarships because they say they're for lower income students. And it's about $4,000 per student. But you have to remember that the money has to come from somewhere. And so if you're spending money, tax money, in private schools, then you have to kind of assume that you're really going to have less money for your public schools. And that's what I'm afraid is happening. And bottom line, $4,000 is not going to let a lower income individual be able to go to a private school very easily. And the other side of that is, don't we want every child to get a strong public education mixed together, just like our country is, with people who are different from each other, learning to get along, to learn together, to live together, because someday they'll all work together. So my points on public education are that it needs to be a strong program. We need to stand firm that public education is the way we're going in North Carolina, and we are going to strengthen it, not weaken it. And as a teacher, I will stand up for that in North Carolina. I hope you'll go to the polls in November and that you will support me. I think if you will think about my views on education, and you'll think about the fact that you are where you are in life because you were educated in some way. And the majority of you were educated in a public school classroom. We need to take care of those classrooms. We need to make sure the numbers are smaller. We need to make sure teachers have time to do what they need to do, that they need to teach, not do lots of paperwork and things that take their time away from children. We need to make sure that they can have the focus that they're trained to have. And we need to pay them a professional salary, because we can't expect people to stay in North Carolina and teach if we're not going to be competitive with the other states around us. So join with me. Help me to go to Raleigh and stand up for public education in North Carolina by voting for me, Emily Church, for North Carolina Senate on November 4th. Thank you.